You didn't build a 7-figure HVAC or electrical business just to stay busy or sell it off to some big private equity firm. You built it to lead, to build a legacy, to become the trusted local legend in your town. This is Local Service Legends, the Home Service Contractors podcast for owners who play the long game. Hosted by Lee Landesh and Justin Fortato, we talk marketing that drives booked jobs, operations that scale, and the mindset it takes to build something worth keeping. You'll hear from real owners who kept control, stayed local, and built companies their families can be proud of. If you're ready to grow, lead, and leave your name on something that lasts, let's get to work.
So for today's episode, we're going to be going over blogs and videos. We have 3 different segments. We have types of blogs, types of videos, and both blogs and videos. But before we start, I want to ask some questions. So I looked into 50 random websites, electrical and HVAC. And out of the 50 I looked into, how many do you think had blogs on?
How many have blogs out of 50? 5.
5? All right.
I'll go with 8.
8? All right. What about videos?
2.
Yeah, I'll say 3 just to be different.
3? All right. So for blogs, out of 50 websites, only 12 had them. For videos, out of 50, only 3 had them. So y'all were pretty good with that one.
Okay.
And out of all of 50, 33 had neither blogs or videos.
33.
Wow.
30. Missing out a whole lot of traffic.
Yep.
All right. So let me see.
That's interesting.
That is.
Now, before we start comparing the different types of blogs for the first segment, how essential are blogs to a website? How does it benefit the company?
Well, I think the blogs on the website's pretty important because that's where you can kind of show your expertise, kind of give Google all that information to show who you are, show that you know what you're talking about, and gain trust with the clients.
Right. On top of that, I think it's important for SEO. You can support service pages with a blog. So, for instance, if you have an AC repair page, you can write a blog around AC repair or something along the lines of AC repair and link back to your use an internal link to link back to your AC repair page, which boosts your presence online.
All right. So for this first segment, we're going to go over 2 different types of blogs.
All right. Ready to go.
All right. So for these 2 websites, they show 2 different types of blogs. So for the first website, they call these more search-driven blogs. These type of blogs capture more organic traffic, and their names are more along the lines of "my air conditioner won't turn on," "my furnace keeps turning off." So these are questions that potential customers would type into Google, so the article would show up. The second example are more click-driven blogs. These blogs often have titles like 7 reasons to or the top 5 reasons to. They're also shareable and often easy to skim, so they're easier to read. So a lot more people use those blogs.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I want to know. Out of these 2 blogs, which type attracts the most long-term traffic?
That's,
Mhm.
I think the click-driven blogs might. The search-driven blogs are good for that organic traffic, but I feel like these are more organic and more helpful. 7 reasons to install a program or a thermostat. Seems like roundup lists and things like that tend to rank really well. We've also had some success with some of these search-driven blogs too, though.
Yeah, I personally like the click-driven blogs. Like you said, I think they're just more helpful.
Right.
I've noticed that anytime that I don't know if there's any data behind this, I'll be honest, but I feel like anytime you have like a number like 7 reasons, 2 or 3 surprising reasons, I feel like those rank well.
No, I think so too, and I think there is data behind there. It just those roundups. I've been doing this forever, and
Yeah.
even back in my travel days, we always did top 10 places to visit or top
Right.
5 things you need to see in this area, and they always worked well. They share well. Like people like to share them on Facebook, so they get a little viral. So yeah, I think it's important to have a mixture of both of them, but I think the click driven ones are going to get you more brand awareness and get in front of more people because people are going to share them.
So would you say those would also be better for social media? So they
Oh
post things
yeah,
on Facebook.
yeah. I think we were just talking earlier about how I'm a headline reader.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
like reading articles. That's why I like I like lists because
Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check just the headlines. Boom, 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 7 things, and I'm not gonna read the rest. So
Right.
I
I
think
think a lot of people are like that.
yeah, a lot of people can skim that and just read it.
All right. But out of both of them, which do you think would be better at moving a visitor from just browsing to ready to contact? Because if click-driven blogs are more
Oh
likely easier to see, um, but also search-driven blogs are more of what people would type in to get
yeah,
information.
I think that's more intentful. The search-driven blog is more intentful. Like you see, my air conditioning won't turn on. That's
Mhm.
somebody that's going to need the service right now. There's ice buildup on my air conditioner. That's somebody's typing that in Google to try to find out what the problem is. When they realize they can't fix it themselves, they need to call somebody.
Right.
Where on the click-driven ones, it's more just entertainment, almost like 7 reasons to install a programmable thermostat. But at the same time, like your strategy might include running more of the search term ones in the summers for AC, and then maybe some of the click driven blogs in the winter, to try to drive brand awareness. But at the same time, it's like one of those spur of the moment things like, oh, 7 reasons to install a programmable thermostat. I need a thermostat. Let me go ahead and call these people up and get one.
Yeah.
And it's all in the off time. So I think a good strategy pushing them both out like that, kind of using more search intent things during the summer, and click driven things, in your off times,
Right.
maintenance, like, 7 reasons you need maintenance,
Yeah.
drive awareness to the clients when you need them to call you
Mhm.
and they're not looking.
All right. So there's not one better than the other. You should probably have like a balance.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that's all we have for the blog so far. Next, we're going to go into different types of videos. But before I get into that topic, how do companies build trust with videos compared to blogs?
There's a lot of ways I think they can build trust with videos instead of blogs. One thing, it's very visual. So here's an opportunity when you're working in somebody's house to show that you're putting floor savers on. You're covering the floors up when you're going in the attics with blankets. You're dressed professionally. Show your team on those videos. That's very visual, and you can
Right.
gain a lot of trust by looking professional in the videos.
I think there's also a personability factor. You know, people trust people, right? And blogs, unless you have a bunch of pictures of your tax stuff, which you probably should on your blogs. But I think there's a huge trust factor when it comes to videos. Like if you can see somebody with your brand, doing the AC repair or doing the installation on video, then these people know what's going to be coming to their house. You know,
Yep.
they can literally see what's going to happen at their house.
Right.
Okay. So looking at these two different companies,
Mm-hmm.
the first one, so both of them are education. All their videos focus on educating the public, right? But the first site more focuses on introducing the company and what they offer, financial options, things like that. They're not really showing jobs that they do. They're more introducing what they provide for us. So they don't have many videos. They only create a video if they have a subject they want to talk about.
Right.
The second site focuses more on educating during their projects. So they'll take you along their project, they'll bring you around, show you the steps that they're taking. They'll also make videos on problems that they come across and how they figured out how to fix it. And then they also, let me see. Um, and then they also do things like they give tips for what to do in inspection, how to upgrade your equipment. So they have multiple things that they can create videos
Mhm.
nonstop.
So are they like showing you how to do the inspection,
Or I don't
or
know if
just
it's
kind of just going through the steps
I
and what they
think it's
do and why
more
it's
showing the
important?
steps of what to
Yeah, I
how to
like.
realize.
I think you got two different things going here, two different types of people. To be honest with you, um, I don't know which one's better to tell you the truth because I do like going out there and explaining why we're doing certain things.
Mhm.
That kind of really educates the client to understand the value that you're giving. You're not just coming in, putting gauges on the air conditioner and going sit in your truck for an hour and coming back and getting a reading. It's showing you all the different steps. A lot of people don't realize that. But at the same time, I think it's also important to show that brand and who you are and how you dress and your trucks are
Right.
nice and things like that. So I think they're both very important again. I think both of these people are doing something right. If it was me, I would do a little of both. Looking at the guy at the bottom, they're showing they're working, but they're all dirty, kind of dresses covered in oil and stuff like that. Not my favorite look for a professional. I
Mhm.
would like to see them dressed clean, and when they're doing a video, just try to stay clean, just knowing that you're doing a video,
Yeah.
and try to make sure you have some nice clothes on this day. Maybe do it in the morning before you sitting in the attic all day long,
Mhm.
and push that out. That way, you can show the professionalism, but also show the value in the company.
Right. If I had to choose one, I think it would be more educational. Um, I think there's something there as far as providing value and like I said earlier, trust factor. If you can show somebody how to do something so they can do it on their own, and it works for them, I think that's a good thing. Now you might not get the job,
That's what,
right?
that's why I don't like it. I don't want to teach them
yeah,
everything.
but long term, I feel like if you can continue to provide value to these people, then
Yeah,
if it's something simple,
but you
know?
say that, and like I'm saying, oh, you don't want to show everybody how to do it. Show them how to do it,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Show them.
because they're not going to buy the tools to do it. They're not going to go buy the gauges. They're
Yeah.
still going to need somebody to come and do it. They're going to
Yeah.
invest more money in tools
Yeah.
than what you do.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is like something simple. Like maybe there's a you can like blow out a line or something.
Yeah, blow out your
or
drain line.
blow out a drain line, or maybe people may not even know how to change a filter.
Yeah.
So like simple stuff like that can just eventually just over time compound and build trust and value.
Yeah, and you got to kind of also think, you mentioned something about changing a filter. Like, yeah, most people think that's common knowledge.
Right.
There's a lot of young people out here, just my first time home buyers. They never
Right.
change the filter. They don't
Yeah.
even, a lot of them probably don't even realize you have to change the filter. So I
Right.
think that's important. Yeah. Show them that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And let them know what they should be doing. Clearly, I don't like to pick. I like to do both of everything.
Right.
Now,
I like to have it all.
Yeah.
for this one, you're going to have to question.
Oh, we'll see.
So, Site A, if you look at their thumbnails, they don't really create thumbnails. They just take a shot from the video and put that as their thumbnail.
I'm a thumbnail man.
Site B creates thumbnails. So they'll literally set up a little scene and take a photo
Yeah, you gotta have a
and
thumbnail.
edit it and pop it out.
You got
Yeah.
to
So you think creating a thumbnail?
Oh yeah, because I think so,
Generates
especially-
interest.
Yeah,
and
when you're
curiosity.
scrolling too.
Yeah.
You want to see that title. So
Yep.
And when you land on somebody's YouTube page and there's all kind of videos,
Yeah, you don't know what you're
nobody's
looking
reading
at.
the captions.
Right.
See something. They want to see something real big. So
Yeah.
I would go with definitely 100%. I think we agree.
Thumbnails for sure.
Thumbnails.
And then the last question for this: what is would you say that the minimum time between each post should be if you were to do video?
Videos,
All day,
I think,
every day.
Yeah, I think at least I would say at least once a week. But some people maybe they can't do that. I try to make it once a month. Start once a month. Try to get it as repetitious as possible.
Right.
But you're gonna have to. I think it all depends on the time that you have to do it. You know,
I think the best thing, literally, I'm not joking, all day, every day. If you could post every day,
yeah.
that'd
If
be
you have,
awesome.
if you
But that's the
are able to
reality
do
of it.
that,
You can't.
right.
So do what you can consistently.
Correct.
Start there. And then maybe if you want to post more often, start getting backlog, shoot 4 or 5 videos a day, and then kind of put some in the
Mhm.
hamper and have somebody posting them so those days that you don't make a video, you still have something going out.
Right. Yeah. So basically, whenever you can make a
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, whenever you can. All right. So now we're going to head into the third segment, which is both companies that had videos and blogs on their website. So let's take a look at Site A real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Their content is on separate pages. So they have one page for blogs and one page for videos. Their blogs educate the homeowner awareness and how problems. And they also seem to post once a month. Their blogs focus more on how to find the best contractor in their service area and then simple tricks to fix small issues. Site B, however, they have their content on the same page, but they have it separated by content. So they have blogs and videos, but they also have case studies and manufacturer content.
Mm-hmm.
And their videos mostly focus on teaching about different topics, while their blogs focus more on their commercial work. So they put two different types of like topics into their media.
Mm-hmm.
So, now that we've gone over both the websites, how important is it to separate topics as blogs and articles, or should is it okay that they're on the same page, or should they be on separate pages?
Like the way I do it is categorize things, but I also am a proponent of having one page that carries it all. So it's just a kind of a feed of everything that you're doing. But then, like Site B has a menu at the top where you can choose just webinars. You can filter case studies, filter manufactured content, articles, because you want to make sure that your content is organized. So, like something like this, I'd have a resources section, and the hierarchy of those categories are good for Google as well. You want to have a clean site layout. You don't want just everything in one bucket. So I would have a main folder called resources, and then webinars, case studies, manufactured content, and articles under each one have their own bucket. Load the things in the proper one. And when I show the homepage, I would show the resources bucket, which would show everything with filters to switch to different categories.
Okay.
I agree. That's the only way I know.
Do you think the structured topics give Site B advantage in search visibility?
I think they do, because if somebody's searching for this is I don't know why the HVAC case studies. I don't hear a whole lot of people searching for that. But say I was looking for DIY HVAC and I had a category for that. That category would show up and be indexed in Google. But where somebody was looking for HVAC training webinars, that webinars category would show up in there, and it would show all the webinars. So I think 100% the categorized pages and those archive pages will be indexed and help people find what they're looking for a lot quicker.
Okay. So the more media they make, they should start categorizing.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to make things difficult and hard to find. It needs to be real easy to get to where you want to go really quickly. People don't have a whole lot of patience these days. So if you're actually having people wanting to read that content, it needs to be easy to access.
Yeah. I like the way B does it.
Yeah, B does a real good job.
And that kind of leads me into my next question. So B, they have 4 different topics that you can go into. Is there an amount that would be too overwhelming for customers? Like if you were to go on a website, is there a number of categories that would just be too much?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's somewhat. I don't like to typically have more than 6 options of anything ever. And that's in life in general. Like if you're going to give somebody an option, when you give them too many, they can't make a decision, and it gets overwhelming. So yeah, I wouldn't do any. I like the 4 that they have here. I think that's perfect. I wouldn't go more than 4 on here the way they do it. I think it's laid out where it makes sense. Now, if it made sense to add another one, I would be okay. I'd maybe add another 1 or 2 to it, but I wouldn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with menu items on the header. I was just talking about this. Like if there's too many menu items in the header and somebody lands on it, it's chaos in their brain. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to click. They want something easy where when I land on the page, I understand, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Boom, there it is. Click it, go. When you have too many options, I got to start going with my mouse over all the menu items. That's a terrible user experience.
Yep.
They'll leave quick.
All right. And before we wrap it up, if you had to choose, would you invest first in blogs or video?
Videos.
Videos? Okay, because I know we should have a blogs.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go against the grain.
All right, cut it out. Talk about it.
All right. I'm going with blogs, and I know Justin's going to get me because things are changing. But I know that I can get some rankings on content in Google that would drive me some business.
Yeah.
Where my videos are great, but I don't, people got to be, you can put them in YouTube, you can put them here, and they are searchable, they are indexable.
Look,
I feel like I can.
So do we have to choose? Is that what this is? Because I think having a video
on the blog
with the blog is probably the best route.
Yeah.
But I could write 10 blogs tonight.
This is
and
true.
I don't have time to make 10 videos tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it's a much easier. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then maybe add videos after.
Yeah. I mean, it's a much easier task to write a blog.
Right.
Especially in the world of AI.
Speed to lead.
yeah, speed to lead. Yeah.
Just speed
And
it up.
of course,
Get it done as
you got,
quick as possible.
of course, you got SEO value,
Mhm.
But again, for me, I think video I keep saying trust and value because I feel like it's just the best way to develop that trust for your potential clients.
It does. Yeah, my stand on it is I would push out a bunch of 10 blogs because I know I can get them up tomorrow. And then for the next week, I would make 10 videos to pop on top of them blogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would roll with it.
Okay. And if you were to do like both of them, how often would you go about posting? Like, would
Every
you do-
day.
Would you do like a blog and blog video? Would you just do whatever you would be able to get to first? Like how would you suggest? going
Like I said,
about
I think I
posting?
would post the content first, and then I'd go and load the blog up to it after, just because I want to get it up.
The video after.
Yeah, the video
Yeah.
after, just because I want to get it up. I don't want to have a good blog waiting for the summertime and then waiting for me to shoot a video for it. You
Right.
know? That's it.
That's it.
That was an easy one. All right. Well, hope you join us next time.
See ya.
Later.
Thanks for listening to Local Service Legends. If you're serious about building a business that lasts, not one you have to sell, you're in the right place. For more resources to grow your HVAC or electrical company, head over to servicehawk.io. And if you're wondering how you stack up against others in the industry, click Get Your Free Audit. We'll show you what's working, what's costing you jobs, and how to own your market for good. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep building your legacy.